I recently found this article on Seeking Alpha, Bionanogenomics, Better Detection, Cost Metrics, and Scepter as a Service by Chetan Woodnan. Hope I pronounced that name right. So let's go over some key points that I found very interesting in this article. Of course, Bionano provides optical mapping technology through its Scepter, its structural variation discovery instrument. Looking at this technology, it overcomes the limitation of short-read genome sequencing technologies. First, by not being limited in size, and second, it can also scan much larger and more complex regions to identify variants. Furthermore, while identifying variants in genes, there are competing technologies offered by the likes of Pacific Biosciences. This biotech provides advanced sequel instruments having been used by one life sciences company to generate complete coronavirus genomes from infected patients. The Scepter system has successfully identified variants from COVID back in January. But still, even with PCAB generating 10 times its revenue levels, Bionano can face tough competition unless its technology can demonstrate some level of differentiation. And this is the case according to research carried out by the Human Genome Structural Variation Consortium that was covering 32 diverse human genomes. It is mentioned that the study's intent was not to undertake a head-to-head comparison with Pacific Bio and Bionano platforms. According to the results of the study published in Genome Web, the researchers' sequencing method based on Pacific Bio hi-fi reads detected only 72% of large structural variants detected by Bionano's optical genome mapping. Further, according to an announcement by Bionano on the same subject, its prices are $500 per genome, which is 20 times lower than PCAB. In light of information currently available, Bionano's OGM platform has demonstrated better detection capacity, and its cost metrics at $500 are still better, even when benchmarking with a $1,000 price tag. Moreover, its whole genome optical mapping can be a useful complementary tool for NGS technology in observing structural variations. Now let's look at the financials. With revenues totaling only 7.3 million in the last 4 quarters and operating expenses 5 times this quantity, Bionano has to look for alternative funding resources. And this could be explained back in January why they had shared offerings, which was to raise capital. They are slowly moving towards profitability, but as of right now, they are still not making significant profit. And here on the balance sheet, you guys can see, as it says here, this is a lot of cash, enough to cover impending expenses. There's the addition of 2 key executives, an additional chief medical officer and a new chief financial officer, previously from Tesla, to their leadership team. So that is a huge plus, guys. Second, there is the acquisition of Lineagen, a CLIV diagnostic services business in the stock-based transaction worth around 9.6 million that was purchased back in August 2020. A part of this transaction, about 6 million common shares were exchanged, with approximately 1.6 million spent in cash and an assumption of around 2.9 million in liabilities. Bionano also paid around 1.1 million to satisfy outstanding amounts due. So shifting to strategy, this acquisition has the potential to expand the company's commercial services offering, as well as to grow total revenues through sales of Lineagen's testing services. Equally important, it paves the way for CLIV Labs to obtain payment for services on Scepter from third-party players, including insurance companies and governments. Talking about Scepters, the company shipped 11 units to customers through the third quarter, more than the first two quarters combined. You also have to remember in this past year of 2020, guys, that because of COVID, business was slowed down. The pandemic hurt business overall, but it is still going strong. And so, some key takeaways from this was that one important milestone for BioNano has been the completion of the acute leukemia study by a group of universities and cancer institutes in the country, who evaluated Scepter against the routinely used technique through testing of about 100 patients. The authors recommended that BioNano's optical mapping replace chirotyping as the first line of clinical test in the evaluation of leukemia patients. So now about 200,000 people are diagnosed with leukemia every year in the US, and approximately 1 million detection tests carried out. The tests is spread out around 150 to 750 labs, which represent placement opportunities for Scepter instruments, with the executives even forecasting adoption of multiple Scepters by each lab. Looking at these evaluations conservatively, the article says that only 160 labs will either purchase or rent Scepters, whose current installed base is only 96, with commercial launch through March 2020. Now, adding Europe and Canada to the equation, the total number of labs could double to 1,300, with one Scepter instrument costing at least 150K. The company could theoretically generate 97.5 million, assuming a sale to rental ratio of 1.1. This means that a forward EV/sales ratio of only 26 compared to the trading metric of 348 signifies that the biotech is not necessarily overvalued when considering future potential sales. Being realistic, of course, this will take a long time going into 2021, 2022, and maybe even 2023, guys. And so there is a lot of potential here, guys, but of course, with every article, you need to take everything with a grain of salt. Remember to do your own due diligence. And so, thanks, guys, for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.